Every now and then, EA will release upgrade SBCs, and when they do, you can make a hell of a lot of coins. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you absolutely everything, sharing all the secrets that some of the top players know. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to purchase some cheap, fast and reliable EAFC coins, then there is no better place than U4GM. You can find a link in the description down below, and if you use code Fanatic, you'll also be able to get yourself a 5% discount. Thank you U4GM for sponsoring today's video. No matter when you are playing Ultimate Team, there will always be upgrade SBCs available. These being the bronze, silver and gold. And even though these in themselves aren't anything too crazy, they are still worth going through. In fact, you can use a very reliable method being the bronze pack method. Quite simply, head over to the store, buy a 750 coin bronze pack, sell the players within that pack that do actually sell, and store the rest to your club. With the ones that you do store to your club, you are then going to put those through these SBCs, going through bronze, and eventually you'll have enough bronze players to upgrade to silver players. Eventually you'll have enough silver players to upgrade to common gold, and then eventually enough common gold to upgrade to rare golds. Don't get me wrong, it is certainly worth going through. However, it takes a very long time. Just for you to get a single 2-player gold pack, you're going to need around 300 bronze players in order for you to submit them to get enough silver players to then upgrade those silver players into common gold players to get enough common gold players to get one of those 2-player packs. It is a lot, and of course it's going to take quite a bit of time. But that's where EA delivers extra content to introduce 78 plus, 80 plus, 81 plus, 83 plus, and even 85 plus upgrade SBCs. And these are the ones which are definitely worth going for. On the lower end of the spectrum, you're going to need maybe common gold players, potentially a few rare gold players. Whereas with an 85 plus SBC, you're going to need to have rare players, but they also need to be above a certain rating. It's likely you will need to submit a team being 83 to 85 rated overall. So the methods in how you can profit from these are slightly different. One way is through investing. If you are going through the fodder investment cycle where you are buying high rated players when they are cheap and just holding one of each of those players within your club, whenever one of these SBCs do roll around, it's quite simple for you to either use those players to complete the SBC or for you to then sell those players on, because whenever one of these upgrade challenges is released, there is a huge increase in demand to buy players that can be used to complete the challenge itself. So not only can you complete the challenge if you wish to do so, but you also have the option to sell those players for profit. Now this is definitely worth pursuing with an 85 plus upgrade, but not really something you should be actively doing in terms of 78 plus upgrade SBCs. Yes, there will still be an increase in demand, and yes, common gold players will also increase in price, but it's just not as big of a payout. With that said, depending on the trading methods that you are using will also depend whether or not you can get lucky. Recently, I was bulk bidding with a player called Canes, but unfortunately, I overdid it. I ended up getting way too many, and to the point of where I couldn't sell them quick enough, and gradually his price went down. I was stuck in a cycle of just constantly going into my transfer market and relisting all players just with a press of a button. That was until EA released the 80 plus upgrade SBC, where I didn't notice, I relisted all those players and they all instantly sold because his price now jumped up by about 300 to 400 coins. If I took the time just to see what was available in terms of content and also check player prices, that would have been a pretty decent return. But as I said, it's not worth actively doing unless you pay attention to leaks. There are loads of people within the community that go through and share upcoming content in which if you know an upgrade SBC is about to release, it may be worth bulk bidding on these types of players that could be useful and then sending them to your unassigned whilst you wait for that content to release. And just like before, that either allows you to complete challenges for a fraction of the price compared to everyone else, or you can actually go and sell those players on. Another thing worth doing, and it's actually an obvious one, you should also complete these challenges. With an 85 plus upgrade, the chances of you getting something pretty decent is high. It may not be the best of the best, it may not be the highest rated icons, it may not be Mbappe, it may not be whatever promo is going on for the time in which you open. but it's still worth going through, and the likelihood of you getting something good, at least high rated, is certain. Whereas with your 70 plus, your 80 plus, your 81 plus, there is no guarantee. With these, you want to be going for quantity. With those 80 plus upgrades, I was able to complete quite a few. I believe it was around 30. And even though for most of them, I didn't get anything special, out of one of them, I did manage to pack a Neymar. Now, as I said, none of this is guaranteed. It does come down to chance. Some of you may be able to go through one upgrade and get something good, whereas others, you need to be putting down a lot more effort, opening a lot more packs. But it is certainly worth completing, especially compared to the other challenges available. Now we've talked about trading before, investing in players, and also completing the challenges itself. The final thing to talk about is trading during when these SBCs are out. As mentioned earlier with my bulk bidding analogy with Kane's, I was able to buy him way before, but I didn't know the SBC was about to release. I don't really pay attention to leaks. But of course, when the upgrade SBC was released, he increased in price. Unfortunately, during that time, I wasn't able to trade with him because whenever I would bulk bid on that player again, they would all be outbidded, because there was an increase in demand for those types of players. And it happened across the board for pretty much all common gold players. So trying to bulk bid on players that fit the current upgrade SBCs is not a good idea. The chance of you winning any is next to none. It's extremely unlikely. And to be honest, even if you were to win a couple, it's still not worth your time. So we need to look at another trading method. And the best one, simplest one to use is sniping. Sniping to get players to complete these challenges if you do not have any players within your club, or sniping to trade. Because even though we know, as well as a load of other players know, that there's an increased price for these players during that current moment, there's also a lot of people who do not know. Hence why I accidentally relisted all of those players immediately without checking or increasing their price. So by paying attention to the market, you can find the lowest buy now for a specific player or specific group of players, and then change your parameters so that you take a couple hundred coins away and set that to be your sniping filter. Just like everything that we've talked about, there's a spectrum to this. If you're going to be going for those 78 or 80 plus upgrades as they require common gold players, what you're going to be able to profit isn't that much. It's going to be a couple hundred coins per player. You need to understand that common gold players can't go for less than 300 coins, as that's the minimum listing price. But they're also not going to increase that much because people aren't going to be spending hundreds of thousands just to go and get an 80 plus upgrade. So you may be able to sell these players at 600. You may want to go and put your maximum buy now at 450. And then the only upside from that of getting a deal better than 450 is if you were to go and get them for 350 on a buy now. But even then, it's not a ridiculous amount of coins. Whereas on the other side of this, with an 85 plus upgrade, is going to require you to have 83s, 84s, potentially 85s. With these, there's the potential to make hundreds or even thousands of coins in profit, depending on what type of player you're looking at. This could be even more if the upgrade SBC isn't just tied to a rating, but could be tied to a particular type of promo, whether it be unlocking a hero card or getting an icon, where they could be worth hundreds of thousands of coins and may require a much higher rating overall in order for you to complete the challenge. With all of this in mind, going through this video, if EA releases an upgrade SBC which is 85 plus, or potentially they include icons, heroes, or other high rated promo cards, it is certainly worth taking the time to trade, invest, and even complete the challenges, because the chances of you profiting are extremely high. You can profit from the other upgrades on the other end, but just know as you go lower and lower in rating, the amount of coins that you can make in profit also goes lower, eventually bringing you to the generic upgrade SBCs being bronze, silver, and gold, where you can profit, but in order for you to do so, you need to be dedicating a lot of time to the bronze pack method. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll love the next video which is up. That video goes through how you can guarantee coins by completing these SBCs. I hope you enjoy.